You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. Making that house payment. You know what? I'm like proud of myself. I'm recording this on the morning of May 14th, and yesterday I made enough for my rental payment, right? And I was thinking about it. I actually had the money already, but there's a specific fund I use that I feel that I purposely stay on top of just for that payment. Because I actually got it. I actually got it through other ways automatically without doing anything. But the reason I do that that way is to keep me on top of it and not getting complacent. Because trust me, I could just sit back and all my bills are covered if I just sit back and don't think about it and just collect money. That's just how everything I do is set up. I got most of my income is passive. Like 90% of it is passive. All I like to do, the hardest thing I do is like edit. And it takes that's a matter of a few clicks and then listening to a podcast or something. Make sure I ain't say something stupid that needs to be edited out. Right? But I do that because one of the things, and this is for entrepreneurs, that's a major thing. When you're if you're working for somebody, right? You working for somebody, you got a 9 to 5, your bills are paid. In fact, the average person really had their bills paid out 3 or 4 months in advance. Basically, that money's already spent. We've all said that. It's like, man, you getting a big paycheck because you did all that overtime, but every penny of it is already spent, right? And, there's a certain comfort there, but if you're an entrepreneur, your main thing is paying that house note, the mortgage, rent, whatever, wherever you stay. If you stay in a rooming house, you still got to worry about paying it. So that's a major thing. Because I remember talking with this woman a few years ago, right? And she owns a 4-unit. She owns a 4-unit building and stuff. Or at the time, she might own more knowing her, but. And she was an attorney, and, she said, the big thing is just making that rent every month. Right? And that's the main thing. And see, you got to have that mindset. And it's actually important. One of the things I suggest, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're about to make that step, the first thing, you want to have 3 months worth of money in your savings account to pay the bills, right? And even once you get started, at any given time, have 3 months to cover mortgage payments, house payments, rent, whatever. Just have it in your account no matter what, because that's a good fallback, right? And then you still want to work hard. That's one of your focuses. You want to say, okay, I gotta rush and make this money no matter what, right? That way, if you have a slow month, which happens if you're an entrepreneur, the reality is you're going to have 1 month, it's going to be like cha-ching, 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 money just flowing. Then the next month, you're going to be slow. That's normal. And you have to plan for it. And in fact, just on a little bit of a tangent, you want to track that as well. You want to track it by the month. Because even many corporations, especially retail corporations, they make their sales plans about how they sold like the month before. Like say on May 14th, 2017, a particular business made 300 one day, right? But then on May 15th, 2017, they made 3,000. But then the next year, that's how they plan. So you go up and down like that. So when you're going up and down, you got to think, all right, let me focus on it. And see, focusing on that house payment, that keeps you going. That keeps you eating, because you got to wake up every morning and think, oh, I got to pay this bill. I got to do this. It keeps you from being complacent because I'm going to tell you what, and As an entrepreneur, even though logically you should be in that hustle mode every minute, it's easy to get out of it. Especially if you're getting a lot of passive income like I do, and stuff gets covered. But you want to actually stick with that whole mindset. Got to make the rent, got to make the mortgage, got to make the car note. I got to eat. And then once you take care of, you got to pay expenses, everything for your business. And then after all of that, you might want to go out or something. Go see a good movie. Go see Deadpool 2 or something, right? But that's the important thing. It's a daily grind. Like, if you listening to this and you want to be an entrepreneur, understand it's not like that 9 to 5 where you can be on cruise control for weeks at a time. Which you can be. And let's be real. A lot of jobs you can go to half asleep, sick, whatever. And you can just chill. Office jobs I've had. I know I had 1,000 jobs. I've been in offices where I've literally seen people, they go 2 or 3 days without doing any actual work. That's probably why there's a lot of changes now. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff office-wise. Once again, another tangent. Office-wise, don't need 40 hours of work to do. That's why a lot of people cut. That's why a lot of people are cutting, because they realize it too. A lot of inefficiency. But the fact of the matter is, if you're there and they're going to pay you for it, you don't have to think about it. But as an entrepreneur, you got to be thinking every minute, every second of the day. Especially since there's no fallback. There's no fallback, and you got to think about emergencies. That's why you have that emergency fund. Shoot, you could be providing service for somebody, and you get a whole bunch of people that cancel. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the business is. You got to cancel. They'll cancel, or, forbid check bounces. They paying you or something. It's a whole lot. And depending on what you're doing, there's certain seasons for certain businesses. People might not want people to paint certain times of the year. Or even stuff like pipe bursting and stuff like for plumbers. So, but whatever the case, that mindset has to be there to make that payment. And you'll find if you have that mindset, it'll keep you going. It'll keep you going. It'll cause creativity for you, because you'll be like, oh, okay, wait, man, I gotta make this payment. What am I going to do? And like I said, always keep some savings. Keep it a reserve just to take care of it, because despite everything, you could always get to that point where you can't make that payment, right, fully. But you want to still work towards it. Anyway, that's it for today. Let's go make that money.